So everybody, Christopher Leon Johnson here. We're at 2 Broadway. We have a lot of union members that against congestion pricing. I'm against congestion pricing myself. This is my personal passion today. No media passion today. Just want to show our support to them. Record the event. I mean, I spoke yesterday. I spoke yesterday. I got kicked out. Like I said, we move on. Another day to fight. I came for another event. Saw some crazy stuff with Douglas Powell, being there with Shahana Anif, but I'm here right now supporting my fellow union members. I used to be a 32J member, guys. I used to be part of 32BJ as a shop steward. So I know the feeling what these guys going through because nobody want to pay this stuff. Nobody want to pay $15 an hour. But shout out to the UFA, they gave me a shirt because they liked my speech at the city council here with Carmen De La Rosa and speaker and minority leader Amanda Farias, but Amanda's gonna be majority leader, yo. She's gonna be speaker, and Carmen's gonna be the majority leader. Watch, facts. When I say it's gonna be facts. But shout out to the UFA. They're doing this rally right now, press conference rally, being against congestion pricing because nobody should be paying congestion pricing, guys. Nobody at all, man. It's a scam. It's a ripoff. It's a cash grab. MTA, all they care about is lining their pockets up, covering their butts for the crap they did. So. Shout out to the UFA, the firefighters union. They get it in, and I'm about to show you right now. Watch. This is so they're gonna make a big deal about this today, guys. It's heavy, right? It's heavy, man. It's crazy. It is heavy. Like these guys have the right to be against this stuff. Majority of New York is against this stuff. The essential workers are, and I don't think they want exemptions. They want. They won't be against it.
No, I love you. You're a high-waist pants guy, and I love that about you. It really accentuates it. You guys got the artwork? Yeah. Dude, do you like a shirt on? You gotta lead into the story?
Yeah. That's the congestion price. It hurts. Yeah, you're right. It does hurt. It does hurt, guys. Like, it hurts. It hurts everybody. It hurts them. Everybody, man. It hurts everybody. Like, the people that's against the people that's for the bill, they get paid to do it. They get paid. Like, transportation, they all getting paid. They all getting paid.
The thing is, if you now peg this to drive people into mass transit, right? Yeah. Then let's just say 50% of the people then start taking mass transit, then you lose that funding, then you lose the money for the capital project anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to improve it as you increase ridership.
Yeah. It's great. Crazy. Wow. So yeah, see the members of the media, members of the Crime Press, CBS 2, they carry that. That'd be bad, man. People don't understand, like, when you work these jobs, like, you carry heavy stuff. You carry a lot of heavy stuff, and people don't get it when you have to run with it. Sometimes you got to be with it all the time. It's ridiculous. They don't understand because they work running with security all the time. It is heavy, man. Like, this stuff is heavy. That's like 100 pounds right there, the boots and the hats. It's like 100 pounds, man. Now people don't say 2023, man, 2024, bro. Like, this stuff is heavy, bro. Really heavy, man. It is heavy, man. Like, yo, man, it is heavy, bro. Now people 2024 don't understand, like, it's heavy. And they want to push on these, like, they push. Eventually more people gonna, it's only the second day, guys. Like, it's only the second day. This is only the second day. The second day of the rally, the second day of the speaking, the talking, the speeches. But we got one more day left. Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning. We got Operations Research. That's the Oppo guy. That's the one that recorded all the events that MTA has. They did MTA. He's there, but he's good people. That's also like Oppo Research. Yeah, he is. He's Oppo Research. So, like I said, like all the bills that, like I said, like nobody want to pay this. Nobody want to pay this. And I'm gonna say this, like I said before, guys. Yesterday, right? Yesterday was yesterday. I got kicked out to Broadway for saying my thing about Betsy. That's what it is. I'm not mad, yo. Today's a new day. Today is Friday, March 1st. It's getting beautiful out, man. Sweater season. It's a little cold right now, but it's sweater season, man. Sweater season, long t-shirt season. That's what it is, man. But shout out to Fdny for being good congestion pricing, man. Shout out to Fdny. You see the movement. A lot of members here, man. A lot of members, man. They taking their time off because we have to, man. Because it's like if you don't fight this, we all screwed here. We all screwed.
Hey, Mike.
A lot of members. A lot of members, like probably like 100, like a decent amount of guys here. Like 100 guys here.
Yeah.
100. And by the way, before I think they want to start in like 5 seconds. By the way, I got a lot of love for these members here. I got a lot of love because I said when I set the meeting with Carmen De La Rosa, and they gave me this shirt. Shout out to Fdny, man. They gave me this shirt for being against it, bro. Shout out, I'm gonna drop the video later on. Hope they still have that video on IG, bro. All right, let's go. They're going live now. Let's go. Let's do this. Doing good.
Ready to go? Everyone ready? Wrap it up. I had nothing to fire. Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Ransford. I'm president of the Uniform Firefighter Association. I represent 20,000 active and retired New York City firefighters. I'm joined by Jimmy Grossi.
Congestion pricing!
I hear you.
Congestion pricing is a crime against the New Yorker!
Thank you.
That's what that is. It's a crime against the New Yorker!
Come join us.
Okay, hold on.
Soto, we're against it. We're against it too, bro. Just Let us speak. All right. Start off. My name is Andrew Ransford. I'm president of the Uniform Firefighter Association. I represent 20,000 active and retired New York City firefighters. I'm joined with Jimmy Grossi, the president of the Uniform Fire Officers Association, who represents 7,000 or 8,000 active and retired fire officers. We're joined by our members of our board and also about 100 members of the Fdny here to explain why members of the Fdny deserve an exemption to congestion pricing. The process itself will be unsafe for New York City residents and also New York City firefighters. The goal of congestion pricing is threefold. Reduce traffic. We all know reduced traffic is to get people into the city fast, but also get first responders around faster, us, so we can do our jobs. The second goal is to reduce environmental hazards in the congestion pricing zone, reduce carcinogens and reduce smog. We understand those goals. The third goal, and the most talked about, is the increase in revenue, and that's not why we're here. It's not an important issue to us. So what we're here to explain is that New York City firefighters on a regular basis will start out in one firehouse for the day and be told to go to another firehouse. They've got to pack up their gear bag and go from inside the zone, out of the zone, or back and forth. You don't know where you're going to work on any given day. It's a long-standing practice that the Fdny allows us to use our cars to do this. So by taking away the ability of us to use our cars or forcing us to pay a fee, you're going to have the members of this department take that bag with approximately 60 to 70 pounds of gear, personal toiletries, in case they have to decon after a fire, take that, hike from the firehouse down to the local train or bus stop, get on the train or bus with the civilians, and then go to wherever they've got to go, get out, and hike to the firehouse or relieve someone, and then immediately be available for fire duty. Does anyone here thinks it makes sense to put a firefighter through a 45-minute to an hour-and-a-half CrossFit session before you expect them to come and save your life? It doesn't make sense. So we need our personal vehicles in order to operate. The other issue, which is important for members of the public, is that the number one killer of firefighters is cancer and illnesses that we get from the contaminants on the job. That bag is contaminated with a whole host of byproducts of fire: arsenic, formaldehyde, PCBs, all sorts of soot. The gear itself is made with PFAS, which the OSHA considers a safe level to be in microscopic terms. We've got a pound of it in each set of gear. So do you think it makes any sense for New York City firefighters to be forced to take the bus or the subway with gear that is off-gassing toxic chemicals, exposing the public needlessly to the #1 killer of firefighters, and then go off to work and leave the civilians exposed to what they're exposed with? As they off-gas for days after a fire, they're basically acutely dangerous to anyone with any lung issues or asthma. People can have asthma attacks on the train just breathing in what we're letting out. It doesn't make sense. We have a very common sense belief that we should have an exemption for congestion pricing for these reasons. Joe Brosier will explain how this affects fire officers who have a different and unique but equally important reason to have an exemption.
Thank you very much for all of you coming out and giving us the platform that this needs. We believe that congestion pricing is an undue burden on all of the working class in New York City, but the unique characteristic and the demands on New York City firefighters and fire officers makes this an almost impossible burden to place on our workforce. The details that Andy laid out in regards to the weight of the gear and being able to move in and around Manhattan, in and around the zone, is difficult enough. Unfortunately, those details come from both within Manhattan and outside from the outer boroughs, in Queens and in Brooklyn. Members may be asked to traverse the entire city with these bags. On top of that, those members who are required to drive because they can't carry these bags, they will be hit with a disproportionate impact, almost creating a two-tier system within the civil service where we pay one member of the same rank a different amount of money because they're saddled with a larger burden, a burden they cannot escape. Unfortunately, not only will this have an impact on the units that work down there, it'll have an impact on the staffing. It is already near impossible to get people to work below 60th Street. Getting down here, the complexity of the buildings, the risk factor associated with working down here makes it a very challenging place to staff. Adding an additional monetary burden may make it almost impossible. If that's not enough, while we've done a great detailed study on what the environmental impact may occur in and around the zone, no one has done a real in-depth study on what will happen on the areas that immediately surround the zone. What will happen to those areas as they become more congested, as people start to park just outside the zone, as trucks check in to pay their toll? What will happen to that level of congestion? What will happen to that level of response time? What increased life safety hazard will become a byproduct of that event? And until we measure that and until we can see what that impact is, we don't believe that we should solve this problem by charging certain working class individuals the price of coming into Manhattan, especially when they're burdened with the requirement of moving firehouse to firehouse just to properly protect the city. And the last thing we want to do is start a day tour or a night tour with an already depleted firefighter. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's important to note that the MTA has certain rules. I think it's pretty common knowledge that firefighters exposed to contaminants, our gear is filthy. We all know that it's carcinogenic. But let me explain some of the MTA rules of conduct and fines. The following indicates the fine amounts applicable to a number of types of rules of conduct and violations. Carrying hazardous objects, $75 fine. I think we can all agree that these are hazardous objects that shouldn't be on the subway. Needlessly, obviously if we're responding to something, we're going to go. Disorderly conduct. No person in or around a facility or conveyance shall commit any act which causes or may tend to cause harm to oneself or any other person. We're well aware that bringing these contaminants in the subway will harm the people around us. Long-term exposure to these chemicals will cause cancer and illness. And the last one, weapons and dangerous instruments. No weapon or dangerous instrument may be carried out in any facility or conveyance. We are all aware of the dangers of these carcinogens and the gear that we wear. We're here to see to it that the public is not needlessly exposed to them. I don't think anyone here would be comfortable if a firefighter comes on this bag that's stinking from carcinogens and off-gassing from the fire they were at 2 hours ago, Nobody wants that bag sitting next to their family member or their child who's on their way to school. No one should be comfortable with that. I want to note that the MTA already gives exemptions to firefighters to go to Randall's Island for training. The mechanism is already in place. It's a practice already done. We're asking for an exemption for our members to get to work, to use their vehicles for the betterment of the department and the city and the citizens of New York. It's a practice that is well established in this city and by the FDNY, and we're allowed to do it. And we don't think our members should be penalized for using their own personal vehicles for the betterment of the city and the protection of its residents. Thank you very much. Any questions?
I got a question. Why don't you call out the mayor and the city council? Huh?
Why don't you call out? The mayor is on our side with this.
No. Wait a minute.
And we are calling out the city
Wait a minute.
council.
He is not on the side of the New Yorker. We're talking about get rid of it completely. Gone. Brooks
Everyone's
Powers.
here to make their
What
point.
about Brooks
Thank you.
Powers? No,
Do we
see,
have any
now you're asking
questions?
for special treatment. That's wrong, brother.
not special
That's not
treatment. Do we have any
unity.
questions?
That's not unity. You gotta unite like New
Listen,
Yorkers.
until you're ready to crawl down a hallway
You
with me, don't
gotta
talk about
unite like
unity.
New Yorkers.
Next.
Sorry, man. Can you give me a second?
I was almost killed in an accident.
I get it.
Huh?
We're here for a purpose, guy. Thank you.
What do you think the purpose of the public hearing is?
Call out the mayor, Brooks Powers.
It's a done deal.
Call out the mayor.
Quite possibly it's a done deal, but this is our moment to have our time. We've been told that the MTA will not allow us to take our gear into the building because it is carcinogenic. But they feel it's okay to take this bag on the subway and expose citizens. We're here to explain to them why we need an exemption. We're not looking to cause a problem. We're not looking to be divisive. But we have special needs as we protect citizens of New York.
All together, completely.
For people who don't know how
Completely. Don't ask for special treatment in the UI. Don't do that. Stand with the New Yorker.
people, firefighters,
Stand with the New Yorker.
one
Don't
house
bow
to
down to the mayor.
I can't hear you.
How often does a firefighter in New York City have to go from one house to another?
Hundreds of times a day.
Go down to the ship.
Not obviously not one firefighter, but there's 2,300 firefighters reporting for work every day. An engine company has 4 or 5 members with an officer. A truck company has 6. Based on scheduling, we'll have we'll have 1 or 2 above or 1 or 2 below, and then you've got to either go to the nearest firehouse or you've got to go across town. It all depends on scheduling. Different firefighters have different skills. Certain chauffeurs have to drive rigs across town. I was once in Harlem, and they sent me to the middle of Staten Island to drive because they had a shortage. It's very common. We have different firefighters with different skills, hazmat skills, rescue skills, and you may start in one firehouse, you may end up somewhere across the city because they can't put that rig in service unless they have enough members with those certain skills.
Would that exemption be only between certain hours, or is it a 24-hour exemption?
It would be to and from work and during work. Listen, Low Manhattan's expensive. Not a lot of people are coming here, for their leisure, and we wouldn't expect that. This is for work.
Only 42nd Street.
Any more questions?
Have you spoken to the mayor about this?
Yes, we have spoken to the mayor's team, are well aware of this. And listen, the city of New York is on board. They do not want the disruption that it's going to cause the fire operations for us to have to take the bus and the subway to get around. Everyone sees the blue and white cars the police have rolling up and down the street. How many of those little red and white cars have you seen? There aren't any. Don't have them. So we have to take we have to take our vehicles to and from details, or at some point in time,
The mayor.
we'll
You're
take
afraid of the
station.
mayor. That's what you are. Afraid of the mayor. Yeah, tuck your tail. I see it.
Tuck your tail. Call out the mayor.
He doesn't
No
understand
congestion
it's
pricing
the
for no
government.
one. Show unity. Show unity. Don't be a bootlicker. Don't be a bootlicker. Show unity.
Any other questions?
Show unity.
Says the guy
I see
standing
your
alone.
knees. They're
Any
dirty.
other
You got dirty
questions?
knees. You got dirty knees.
Any other questions?
Disrespectful is what the city's doing to us. Disrespectful is that you're asking for exemptions. That's disrespectful. We advocate with truth, not with bullshit. With truth. With truth. My knees are clean. I don't lick boots. You're lucky. I let you speak a lot. Trust me. You can keep talking. It's America. Keep talking. Hold the mayor on. You need his number. I'll give it to you. I got his number. Bullshit. You see that? That's right. There's no unity in this city. We're gonna get hit with that. They want special treatment. Huh?
We got no rights.
Yes, we have no rights. We have no rights. No, bro, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, but that's not how you do it. That's not how you advocate. That's not how you do it. That's not unity. That's not unity. That's saying, look out for me. That's what that is. Look out for me. For everybody else. What do you think is going to happen? Once they get most New Yorkers, they're going to come after you anyway. They'll come after you anyway. They steal your rights. Step by step, baby steps. That's how they take it. Don't be a bulllicker. That's what he is. There's lawsuits, and if we don't win those lawsuits, everybody's screwed.
Didn't the borough president of Staten Island?
Yes, but if we don't win the lawsuits, we're all screwed, including them. This is social unity. That's not unity.
What do you mean including them? Aren't they fighting for this right now?
No, they want an exemption. They want to be exempt, meaning you can get hit with the tax, with the surcharge, or with the toll, but not them. Give us a break.
He gets that if only during work hours.
No, it doesn't matter. They should not have it, period. If you look into the mayor, he's scared of the mayor.
I'm running against the mayor in 2025 right after I graduate college. Vote for me.
These are young. They don't, you know, these guys.